The storm hit harder than the weather app promised. That's the first thing I remember the night everything changed, when I, an ordinary grocery store worker named Daniel, ended up being accused of seeing everything by a woman who, just a few hours earlier, had been a complete stranger. It started with a scream, sharp, panicked, echoing through the empty supermarket parking lot as I locked up for the night. I didn't think. I just ran. Under the flickering streetlight, I found her, a young woman, soaked from the rain, clutching her ankle, trembling with both pain and embarrassment. "Hey, are you okay?" I asked, kneeling beside her. "No," she muttered, wincing. I slipped. "You're the store guy, right?" "Yeah." "Daniel," I said. "And you're hurt. Let me help." She hesitated, pride battling pain, but finally nodded. I helped her to the small security room just inside the store entrance, the only place still lit, and grabbed the first aid kit. Her ankle was swollen and scraped badly. She bit her lip, trying not to show how much it hurt. "Do you want me to?" "Just do it," she said, turning her face away. So I cleaned the wound and gently applied ointment. She flinched. "Ow, okay, that's enough. You'll be alright," I said softly. "You were lucky. That was a nasty fall." When I finished, she exhaled shakily and leaned back. "I'm Maya," she finally said. We exchanged a few awkward smiles, two rain-soaked strangers suddenly sharing a tiny room, the storm roaring outside like an angry beast. I walked her outside with an umbrella, but her ankle gave out again. "I can't walk home like this," she whispered. "Do you have someone to call?" Her jaw tightened. "No. Not tonight." Something in her voice made my chest tighten, loneliness, exhaustion, maybe a story she wasn't ready to share. "Look," I said, "there's a 24-hour clinic 2 blocks away. I can take you there." She shook her head. "I don't have the money." I paused. My paycheck hadn't even cleared yet, and rent was due. But she was standing there in the freezing rain, hurt, alone. Kindness isn't a calculation. It's a reflex. "I'll cover it," I said. Her eyes widened. "Why would you do that?" "Because you need help." She swallowed hard, as though the simple act of someone caring was heavier than the pain in her ankle. The twist. The clinic treated her ankle, bandaged it, gave her anti-inflammatories. I waited in the lobby, dripping rainwater, wondering why I felt so protective over someone I'd known less than an hour. Afterward, I walked her outside, and she surprised me by hugging me, tight, grateful, shaking a little. "You didn't have to stay," she whispered. "I know," I said. "But you shouldn't be alone tonight." That's when it happened. A sudden gust of wind blew open her flimsy jacket, and she panicked, grabbing it closed instantly, her face turning crimson. You saw," she gasped. What? "I didn't." "You did," she insisted, pointing at me with shaky indignation. "You've seen everything. Take responsibility." My heart jumped into my throat. "I just put ointment, I swear." I blurted, hands up like I was being arrested. She stared at me for 2 seconds, and then burst into laughter, loud, bright, uncontrollable. "I'm teasing you," she choked out between giggles. "Relax. I was just cold, and the wind, oh my gosh, your face." I must have turned 3 shades of red. "Not funny," I grumbled. "It's extremely funny," she said, wiping tears of laughter. "I haven't laughed like that in months." The real revelation. We stood under the clinic awning as the rain softened. Her playful smile faded into something more vulnerable. "Daniel, you didn't know this, but today was my worst day." I stayed quiet. "I lost my job this morning," she said softly. "Then my landlord gave me an eviction notice. And I thought, maybe the universe was done giving me break. Her voice cracked. But then you showed up. Someone who didn't know me. Someone who didn't want anything from me. Someone who stayed. The weight of her words sank into me. Kindness is rare, she whispered. Some days it feels extinct. Not tonight, I said gently. The emotional climax. As the rain finally stopped, she touched her bandaged ankle. You saved me, she said. Not just the ankle. You saved me. Maya. No, listen. She looked up, eyes shining. Tonight you reminded me the world isn't cruel. People can be good. You proved that. Her sincerity hit me like a punch to the chest. I don't know how to repay you, she said. You don't need to, I murmured. She shook her head. I will. I promise. And for some reason, I believed her. Epilogue, the uplifting ending. 3 months later, Maya walked into the store again, this time on both feet, smiling brighter than the overhead lights. You're looking at, she announced dramatically, the assistant manager of the clinic you carried me to. That's amazing, I grinned. Well, she added, stepping closer, I didn't come here just to brag. She handed me an envelope. Inside was a receipt. Clinic bill, paid back in full. And below it, a note. You didn't help me because you owed me anything. But now I want to help you because you helped me when you didn't have to. Thank you, Daniel. For seeing me, even before the wind did its thing. I laughed. She gently took my hand. Let's get dinner, she said. My way of taking responsibility. This time, I was the one blushing. Ending message. A little kindness can change not just someone's night, but their life. And sometimes, fate uses rainstorms, scraped ankles, and accidental awkwardness to bring two people together at the exact moment they need each other most.